Do you remember the show Saved by the Bell? I was pretty young when it was on air, but I do remember it from my youngest childhood memories. And I learned two really crazy things about that show today. One of them was that the main character, Zack Morris, this stud, perfect character who everybody likes and never does any wrong, he often breaks the fourth wall talking directly to us, the audience. There's a theory out there that he completely made up almost all of it, that all of it was a fantasy, and he's really just a big dork. But to understand that theory, you have to know the second fact, which I just learned for the first time today. In 1987 to 1989, for just about 2 seasons, there was another show that aired called Good Morning Miss Bliss. This show starred teenage kids in Indiana. This was a Disney Channel show, and it had 3 characters, Zack Morris and the principal and Screech, that would later be cast into Saved by the Bell. Now, the shows aren't canonically tied together except for these 3 characters that started their journeys there and then also became characters on Saved by the Bell as well. It sounds like the producers or the television gods up there decided that they had some good characters, but the setting of the show wasn't perfect, and so they moved them to another show. Anyways, the theory goes that Zack Morris is still this dorky kid he was in Good Morning Miss Bliss, but he doesn't like that life so much, and so he creates this fantasy world in which he doesn't live in Indiana, but he lives in California, and he's out on the beach side by the ocean and living this kind of surfer boy life. And instead of being this dorky little kid who's best friends with Screech, you know, he's friends with Slater and all these other cool kids and all these girls that he dates, and they're still friends with Screech, but you know, he lives a completely different life, and it's all just a fantasy inside of his head.